I don't even want to hear, because if I post a peach video, I'll get on and look at the comments because I know they're going to be happy, nice, positive
Yeah.
comments. If I
Yeah.
post a hunk video, I brace myself for World War III because people are going to come for my throat. They're going to tell me how my dog is going to murder puppies and he's so vicious and I need to get him away from them. And I'm like, you should learn dog behavior. You should learn to read.
Yeah.
You should learn how dogs communicate.
You need to look into it. Yeah. I mean, and that was my first reach out to you, really, was like just the amazing body language. And I think that was really the first thing that attracted me to your videos, is watching just all their body language and the different developmental stages of the puppies and how they interact with Peach and Hunk, and how, just everything about it is just amazing. And even when you do occasionally can bring the mom in to the situation, to me, it's fascinating. And like I said to you, it's like the best part too is watching it with no volume on, so you can see everything, and then
The tap 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 is my favorite.
I know it is. It really is.
Like when Pete, and she's so excited and her nails, like, and I swear to God, the vet, every time we go, he's like, I can't cut them any shorter, Chrissy. I'm like, TikTok is coming for me. They said his nails are too long. They're like, because they have long quicks. I'm like, cut
That
them
now.
shorter. He's like, I cannot cut. And so they took him back. They cut his nails last week. And I was like, hey, they brought him back out. I said, I still see white. And he said, yeah, I know. But do you see how crooked his nails are growing in? I'm like, yeah, but what do I do? Because they're going to come for me and say I didn't cut his nails again. And they're like, do you want us to send a doctor's note? I'm like, yes. At this point, can I get a vet note that says I do cut my dog's nails? Because I'm so sick of it. I'm literally about to block nail comments from ever being allowed again because I'm so sick of it.
It's hilarious. I've had people come at me for my dog's nails too. I'm
Yeah.
like, get over. I tell people to just get over themselves.
Oh, my favorite was like Hunk's. He's got like this deformity where his nails grow crooked. Hunk's got a million issues besides that, but his nails growing crooked, and he's got extremely long quicks. Like literally, he's been in rescue his whole life. I know his nails were cut. I was cutting them. Like
Right.
as a puppy, like I was keeping up with his trimming. So I don't know why they ever got to where they're so long because I was always cutting them. And then
Mhm.
suddenly, it wasn't until he hit about 2 that it was like, why do you have Godzilla nails all of a sudden? Like, what
Yes.
what is going on? Why did your quicks get so long? They were fine, and then they weren't fine. Like I was just out of nowhere, and I'm like, cool. Well, this one time I took a video. The yard was muddy. It was
Mhm.
real muddy, and he has white paws. So I wiped his paws when he came in, but it's dirty paws accentuate those long
Yeah.
nails.
Oh yes.
And he happened to walk straight in, go straight to the puppy pen, and start doing something cute. And cute or whatever you want to call it. I think it's cute. Other people think it's not, but he starts bossing some puppies around, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. That video, I was like, don't come for me for his paws. Okay, like just don't. I already know. I'm fully aware how they look, and I'm posting it anyway because I don't care. So
Yeah.
don't come for me.
Yeah. Exactly. Let me just let you know right off the bat that I don't want
Yeah,
to hear it. Yeah.
like, and then what did they do? Exactly that. Which sometimes I'm like, you guys are boosting my engagement by like commenting all these hateful things and telling me how terrible I am. So honestly, keep it up. Thanks. You're getting
Exactly.
my video more views by doing that.
You
So
are. It is so true.
yeah.
It's
So I'm
so
like, judge away. I'm cool. I know my dogs are happy and healthy. So go ahead.
exactly. It's hard to like not spiral because I'm right there with you. I'm a
Yeah.
total overthinker also.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's yeah, you know the truth of the situation, and
Thank you.
it's yeah. I mean, some dogs' nails are just like our one dog Bella. When she was with us, she had like just these thick, huge nails. It was
Yeah.
crazy. I could Dremel her nails though, and she would fall asleep. Like she was like no problem. But it was like just like you said, like claw, like Godzilla nails or whatever.
Well, and with the hard floors, like When Peach runs and she's so like when she's sitting on the couch, her nails are in and not like pushed on. When she pushes her weight on them, yes, it looks
Yeah.
longer because she's sliding across a hard floor to get to puppies. So her
Yeah.
nails are splayed out and she's like, here I come. And so everybody's like, look at those claws. And I'm like, wait till she puts them back. They're fine. Chill out.
Right. These people probably don't even own dogs, Chrissy. I'm
Like,
pretty
right.
sure. They don't
And I'm
even
like, you should see my vet bills and tell me I don't go to the vet, okay? Because Hunk is expensive with his hypothyroidism.
Yeah. He is hypothyroid. I thought he was.
Yeah. I know
I was
people come for me like, your dog's so fat. I'm like, yes, hypothyroidism. Get off
no,
my butt.
I think 'cause I just kind of know the look because
Yeah,
I've had a lot of clients' dogs over the years, dogs that present hypothyroidism, and it's missed a lot. A lot of people don't
it is. And
do
you know what's crazy is for
testing.
2 years now, Hunk has had issues and I haven't
Mhm.
been able to figure it out. Like we go to the vet, they tell me his allergies. We were on a puck and that wasn't working. So I'm buying all these products online that are like, oh, your dog has really red skin, buy this. And I'm like,
Mhm.
here you go. Here's some coat defense. Here's this product. Let me
Mhm.
change to farmer's diet and spend an ungodly amount on some dog food and maybe
Yeah.
that'll fix it. Got an allergy test, found out what you're allergic to. Let's eliminate all that. Did all these things. And it wasn't until TikTok commenters said, your dog looks like my dog before we found out that they had hypothyroidism. And I'm like, what?
Yep.
I'm literally at the vet every month for a Cytopoint shot for his allergies because that's the only thing that has helped his allergies.
That's so
And
crazy
so,
they test him for that.
right. And so, like, I last month, it was actually last month's vet visit. And when we went to get Cytopoint, I said, hey, so I've had a lot of people commenting saying, like, maybe this could be hypothyroidism. Do you think that's a possibility? And she goes, actually, yeah, his hair loss, he went from 85 pounds last year to 125 this year. She's like, his weight loss, his hair
Mhm.
loss, his irritability, like you said he
That's
doesn't eat very much.
mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, he just keeps gaining weight. He doesn't do anything but lay on the couch. Like he used to go in the car with me everywhere I went. I'm going to the office at work. He's
Mhm.
going very quick to go, not anymore. And she's like, do you want to run blood work? I'm like, yeah. She's like, it's like a couple $100. I'm like, I don't care.
Cares.
I need to know what is wrong with my dog. So she runs it. She calls me the next morning. She goes, his levels are very, very low. I've never seen him this low. And I'm like, thank you, TikTok, for diagnosing my dog with
Mhm.
hypothyroidism. Like, I
Yep.
was like, mind blown.
Mhm.
Like seriously. How many other people have had their dogs get fat and lazy and think, oh, I'm just a bad dog owner?
Right.
Like I don't know why my dog's getting so big.
Yeah. No.
To
And
me, I'm going, there's something wrong because
right.
my dog gets exercise. He gets exercise even when he doesn't want to. I'm like, come on, Hunk, you're getting fat. You're just being lazy because you're fat.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not being lazy because I'm fat. And I'm like, yes, you are. But I didn't know it wasn't. I was like, we're going on a walk.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know what I'm feeding him. I know what he's doing, and he's still
Mhm.
getting fat. So something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I wish it didn't have to be so difficult to find that out. Like, I know vets don't want to do the blood work because not everybody wants to pay for it because it's expensive, but maybe suggest it if you see it.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, especially if the dog's presenting with it, because
Right.
it's pretty common, really. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty common. And yeah, his all of his symptoms is just all. But I'm really glad that people were like, "Hey," because I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, look at this. He's missing fur."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk to Chrissy, and then I got sick. But I'm glad somebody else was like, "Hey,
Yeah. Well, and every time I go to the vet, they're like, oh, it's because his allergies are so
oh
bad.
yeah,
And
yeah."
I'm like,
Trusting the professionals, right? You're
right.
paying them.
And I'm like, okay, okay. So I'm gonna tell you this story. I had to switch vets because for 2 years I've been going saying something is wrong with my dog. Look how red and rashy and flared up he is. And he's like, give him Benadryl. Okay. So
God.
for a good year, he's saying, give him Benadryl every time he's like that. I'm like, okay. So I'm giving him Benadryl, and I'm like, well, I guess this is what you do for dogs with allergies. I've never had a dog with allergies before, but I guess we give
Yeah.
them Benadryl and hope for the best. And that didn't work. And so I'm like, I'll just do my own research because this vet didn't do anything. And so I get an allergy test and I find that out, and I'm like, I'll weed things out and I'll figure out what, make sure his food doesn't have any of the things he's allergic to. Well, Hunk's allergic to fleece and grass and everything in the whole wide world. So basically everything. I'm like, we're
Mhm.
screwed. And then it kept getting worse and worse. And so I started going to this new vet. Yes. Albeit I like the old vet's prices better, but the new vet actually does tests and like finds out what's wrong.
Yeah.
So that new vet was the first one to put him on a well, because they're like, oh, his allergies are bad. Let's give him this drug to try and help. And
Mhm.
after I'm spending $90 every 2 weeks for it,
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing's happening. And I go back and I'm like, my dad's girlfriend said that she gives her dog the Cytopoint shot. I want to try that because
Mhm.
it works for them. And this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
Cytopoint, bam, within a month, no more red inflamed rashes of nightmare.
Wow.
Like, I was like, I've never seen your skin this freaking color before in
Mhm.
like years. What is this?
Yeah.
Like, to see the relief in his face, to not be in
Yeah.
pain anymore over it, I was just like, this is awful. Like,
Yeah.
why do vets make me jump through hoops to pay more money to fix my dog? Like,
Yeah.
I'm offering to pay money to fix him. So why don't you just offer it to me? Like, I got to
Agreed.
go through Debbie, Dally, and Susie over here to tell me what drugs works for their dog. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you offer me as I'm coming here saying, I'm a paying customer. What can I give
Mhm.
my dog?
Yeah. And then it's like in situations like that,
Yeah.
we drive back to my vet over on
Mhm.
the Gulf Coast, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because I don't trust anybody.
Right.
I'm like, I know a little bit. I'm not a vet though. You're like, I know enough, but there are things that I don't know, and I am counting on you for this and you for that, and
Right.
we've been through like 4 vets over here. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Right. I'm like, I didn't go to school for this. Did
Right,
you? So,
right,
like, you should know this.
right. And I'm gonna be the last vet where we had Troy euthanized. I'm gonna be writing her a letter as soon as I can get myself together,
Right.
about the whole euthanasia experience, because what happened should have never happened. And I'm like, I have, well, my vet, I called him. I'm like, Dr. Masters, what the hell what's your protocol? Like, what do you
Hmm.
do? And
Hmm.
he told it to me and stuff. Um, and because we still took Troy there anyway, but
Hmm.
that day I couldn't. He was acting just like he was really sick.
Right.
But it was like, and then uh, just recently became friends with a woman that I interviewed, Dr. Murray, and I contacted her. I was like, can we do like a chat or something? So we did a Zoom call, and she was like, I know what drug it was, because I was like, I can't remember what they said the drug was, and she said, I remember. She goes, I know what the drug is. I said it started with a T, and she named it, and I was like, that's it. That was it. That was the drug. And she goes, it's ketamine with like um like a diazepam. I can't remember which
Oh,
type.
no.
And I was like, he was tripping balls. That was his
What?
pre-med.
What?
hmm
Oh, my gosh.
He was like, she said, I used to do
Oh,
locum work when she first started. She goes, I did locum work. She's out in, where is she now? She's in the Falkland Islands, but been in New Zealand. She's been everywhere. She goes, and I was on locum work, and um, they wanted me to euthanize this golden retriever. And she goes, you don't use ketamine on cats. And I was like, I know. Like, I know that. From
yeah.
like way back in
And
the,
and horses.
yeah. But you don't use it on dogs. You don't use it on big dogs. She goes, this dog had the same exact reaction that Troy had.
Oh,
She
my
said,
gosh.
and I felt horrible.
That's awful. And
Yeah.
what? obviously no one wants to have to euthanize their dog.
Yeah.
And to make it not a peaceful and traumatic experience is the worst. Like I had a terrible my kid's dad died when they were 1 and 3, and when he died, I got his dog because he still lived with me, and I loved his dog, and his dog lived to be 16,
Mm.
and I finally had to make that choice to put him down, and it was the most awful experience ever. Like they said that they would wait until I was ready. They said all these things, but then some kid just came in and stabbed him, and he died on a cold hard floor, and I was going, what are you doing? Like, I wasn't ready. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this was not what I thought we were doing. And so I was so traumatized by that. Last year I had a bull terrier, and she was 15 and not doing well. I had, cancer spots all over and just couldn't even hardly walk. And so I was telling an adopter that was here, I was like, yeah, I'm just really stressed right now because like I have to make a decision, but I just can't because I can't go through that again. It was so horrid going to the vet and doing that. Like I never want to do that again. Like I'm just hoping she'll just die on her own and I don't have to make that choice because I cannot do that. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, have you heard of laps of love?" And I was like,
Yep.
"No." And so she told me about them, and I was like, that sounds like so much more peaceful, like better for the dog, better for the humans, better for the other dogs to be able
Mm-hmm.
to grieve also. And so we had Laps of Love come out, and I was just mind blown at the difference in it.
Mm-hmm.
So much that I was like, I would have paid $5,000 more. Like I would have paid so much more. Like it was a bargain deal. Like, yes, it was more than going to the vet, but it was so much better for
Matter.
everyone. And my daughter was there, and she was great with it, and like it made it easier for everyone in the family. And then, well, okay, first of all, I didn't want my dogs to think I was murdering one of their best friends. Like she was here before everybody else, and so I put all the dogs upstairs, Hunk and Peach are upstairs, Mary's up, everybody was upstairs, and I didn't want them to see it because in my mind I'm murdering her,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm gonna X them next, and like I that's what human people think. And so obviously I don't know dog thoughts. I just that was like, don't want you guys to think I'm on a murder rampage over here, so I'll put you guys upstairs. So I did that, and the vet, she was super awesome. She goes, do you want to let your dogs come down and say goodbye? And I was like, she's already dead,
Mm-hmm.
that's not saying goodbye. And she goes, no, it's good for them. Like, and she explained it to me. She's like, was she here before all of them? And I'm like, yeah. She said, were they bonded to her? I said, oh, absolutely. Every one of them loved her. Yeah. And she said, it's best for them to come and investigate this and see, like, she died and they'll understand that versus she just disappears and they don't know where she went. And I was like, oh, right. Good call. Because that would look weird if I just got rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that. Like, instead of me being a murderer, they're going to think I'm just a dog and get rid of her. So I was like, thank you for explaining that. Let the dog. And I expected them to, I don't know why, humans, we expect dogs to act a certain way. And I'm like, I deal with dogs every day, but I didn't expect their reactions to be so like calm and like peaceful about it. And like, I asked the vet, I said, because she let her pass on her bed. And I said, should I get rid of this bed and replace it? And she said, if your dogs still want to lay on it, I would keep it because it's going to remind them of her. It smells of her. I would keep it. And I'm like, okay. And you know what? That's where Peach was laying when I showed her to. She and Peach was with Sugar the least amount of time, but Peach still looked up to her and loved her. And
Yeah.
they know that's the special bed. And when the puppies play on it, I think that's why Hunks gets mad. Like he gets mad when the puppies get on that bed because it's like,
Yep.
that's Sugar's bed. Get off Sugar's bed, you bad puppies, move.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
I think everyone should know about Laps of Love because I do dog stuff every day and I had never heard of them. And I'm like, they
Yeah.
need to advertise or something because they're amazing. It was the best, worst experience. Like for an
Yeah.
experience you don't want to do, they made it the most peaceful way they could. or yeah, however I say that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's so true. Um, yeah, but I've not used them. I've had friends use them. They're amazing. I know they have
Yeah.
such a great reputation and they're
Yeah.
everywhere. And that's what, if that situation happens where we're here and not with Dr. Masters,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do that again because
Yeah.
um I never had that experience with Dr. Masters, but he's got such a protocol.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, "Why doesn't everybody have your protocol?" Like, I don't understand,
Right.
like, what I just went through, like, what we just went through was,
Right.
like, horrible, you
And
know?
once you go through that, it's like, I can't do that again.
And everybody who else is going through this, and then nobody should have to go through this
Right.
ever.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
terrible because, like, obviously, I wish dogs could live way longer.
oh
You
my god,
know, they're
yeah.
not with us long enough. And
No.
when we have to make that decision, it
Yeah,
shouldn't be the most horrific. Like, it's already get traumatic enough for
no.
losing our friend. I
Mhm,
don't want the awfulness of it on top of that. Like,
mhm.
I want it to be peaceful for my dog. I want it to be peaceful for everyone involved, not like, what just happened? I didn't go to the
Right.
butcher shop. Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It is so, so true, that should yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna write that letter. I'm also gonna do a show on it for sure because I just want people to know, like, that, and even, like, tying Hunk's situation into it with his hypothyroidism is like,
mhm,
we're going to professionals, for a reason. We're paying you hundreds of dollars for a reason. We're relying on you and your expertise, just like people rely on you and your fostering expertise and your puppy
right,
raising expertise, and people rely on me for my dog training expertise. It's like, you want to give people the best. So don't take shortcuts like that because these are our family members, you
right.
know?
I mean, I love my don't tell my kids, I mean, I think they know, but I
Yeah.
love my dogs more. They
Yeah.
say that all the time. They're like, "We already know Hunk's your favorite child because you buy him everything." I'm like,
Buy us
"Hunk
nothing.
Hunk
Buy
doesn't back talk." They all have cars that I bought, so they're fine.
sure, sure they're well taken care of.
Right. I'm
This
like, "Hunk
one.
doesn't talk back rudely to me, and he
Mhm.
appreciates every treat I give him."
That's right.